Yeah, she's been sitting
No,
there.
it'll be
Figure
awful.
stuff so.
I kind of attributed it to I used to run track. And so it's a really asymmetrical exercise. You're always kind of leaning this way. And I always thought that maybe I did something. And it could be this one is stronger, but I've always had just much more tightness on this side. Like it's like really drastically different.
Yeah,
Like this one's fine, you know?
Right leg was compensating, and your left leg
Yeah.
kind of was strange.
Yeah,
So
it was in the front.
Yeah, and then this one I can hardly do. Yeah. But I haven't thought about doing strength training. That's interesting.
yeah, I would recommend picking up some of these bands. Like, just this, there's some of them that you know.
I've got some that I use for my shoulders, so I've got
Yeah,
some
just do it
around.
fly.
Someone have going to light a candle. And a second. The last candle. Just listen. Today, before we start our meditation, we have to celebrate special two birthdays. We have two birthday boys. Let's see who are the birthday boys. I cordially invite to the come to the front. Our Jyoti and also our beloved Keith. Will come forward. I will give a signal. So dear Jyoti, so we are glad to celebrate your birthday today with this spiritual community. You have been supporting us, I think, more than 4 years here, and your dedication is highly appreciated. And whenever you have time, you come forward and help us to continue our spiritual journey here. And here we have prepared 2 plates. So you see in the middle there is a candle, so which represents exactly your name, which means light. So we need light means wisdom. So like the light is spreading the brightness, in the same way, may you develop your wisdom. May you be able to grow in your wisdom more and more, and may you continue your spiritual journey. May you be able to support and share your goodness to many people with your practice. That is my wish for you. And also, Vivek, you are such a one of the spiritual friends in our community. Always you ask one thing, you need a hand, you need a hand. Yeah. So actually, I know the meaning. Some a long time ago, I think couple of weeks ago, and group of Bhantes came here. And those some of Bhantes do not speak very well. he has asked from them also, unit hand. Come on, the Bhantes told me, what are you saying there? That's I told him. He's trying to help you. Okay. However, should really appreciate your dedication. He's actually 10 minutes away from the center. So when we are away from the center, we invite him to open the door for the people. So he will really come forward and support anytime when we ask him. And we really appreciate and we need your support in the future also. So you have seen here we have prepared flowers around the candle. So these flowers represents the loving kindness. So as whenever we see flowers, we feel happy and pleasure after looking at the flowers. So at the same way, I wish whenever people look at you, may people feel that kind of happiness on you. And we have prepared both of you candle and flowers. So may both of you develop like lights. May you develop wisdom, and like these flowers, may you develop loving kindness, and may both of you be able to continue your spiritual journey always in your life. Okay, may both of you be well and happy, and we wish you with their thoughts, and we will chant. And at the end of the chanting, you can light the candle. Okay. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabrogo vinasatu mate bhavantvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava Bhavatu sambha mangalang rakantu sambha devata sambha buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena sada santi Bhavantu te. Stand up. Please go to them and touch the bottom of the plate and wish happy birthday both of them. Wish you happy and healthy birthday. Please go candle and you can light again. Wish you happy and healthy birthday. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Dear spiritual friends, before we start our meditation, Let us do our regular chanting. Please turn to page number 5 of your chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. 5 precepts. Anadipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, adinadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, kamesu micchācara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, surameraya majja pamadatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others, I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and hatefulness.
Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Santa deva manusanam Buddho bhagavati.
Homage to the Dhamma.
Swankhato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehi passiko openaiko panchantam veditambo
Homage to the Sangha.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Naya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidang chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa punggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakhineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyang ketang lokansati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
Ghanasaram padintena Dipena tamadang sina Tilokadipang sambuddhang Pujayami tamunudang
Offering of incense.
Gandha sambhara yuttena Dubenahang sugandhina Pujaye pujaniyantang Puja bhajana muttamang
Offering of flowers.
Vanna gandha gunopetang Etang kusuma santating Ujayami muning dasa Siripada saroruhe Ujemi buddhang kusumena nena Punyena etena labami mokkang Umpang milayati yata idang me Kayo tatayati vinasa bhavang
Offering of water.
Adivasetu no bhante Aniyang parikampitang Anukampang upadaya Patiganhatu uttama
Offering of drinks.
Adivasetu no bhante Kilana panchayang imang Anukampang upadaya Patiganhatu uttama
Worship of shrines.
Vandami cetiyang sambang Sambedhani supatinditang Saririka dhatu mahabodhing Buddha rupang sakalang sada Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Wish of well-being.
Vicheva manchanta Namasniyam Namasmano Ratanatayam Punyapi sandang Vipulang alantang Tasanubhavena Hatang terayo
Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English.
Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with the pure mind, Happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy functions in the world like the link in a moving car. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. All things are not self. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome you all for the meditation session. Today is our regular Wednesday meditation. Before we start our meditation, you can rejoice the decision that you made yourself to come to this calm and quiet shrine room and to practice meditation with these spiritual friends. All the friends who have come here are in one aim, that is cultivating loving kindness, cultivating wholesome thoughts in our mind, and spread those wholesome qualities within you and to your family and to the society. So this is the conducive place to grow your wholesome qualities together, all these spiritual friends. Therefore, make a determination. Your determination is that I'm going to engage in a committed practice. I will make use of this wholesome gathering, wholesome space wholeheartedly. The practice that you are going to do here will benefit you and many people you meet in your life. With that determination, adjust your body. You better keep your body upright, keep your chin somewhat parallel to the floor. Try to maintain your body in motionless posture. Your eyes are gently closed. You have kept your upward right palm on the top of your upward left palm. You can keep your thumbs touching each other. That is a good indication to be aware with your meditation. You will notice you are in the meditation whenever you are touching your thumbs each other.
So with that preparation, we will listen to the sound of the bell and to the chant. The sound of the bell and chanting will help you to gather your attention to this present moment. Keep listening and try to be with the sound. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear spiritual friends, observe the outline of your body in your mind from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and relax your body. Scan your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and relax your body. Feel your head, forehead, facial muscles. To feel the facial muscles, you can invite a gentle smile to your face and feel the relaxation of your body. Feel your neck area, both shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, palms, fingers, fingertips, and relax your body. Feel your chest muscles, belly muscles, back muscles, and relax your body. Feel your hip area, thigh muscles, knees, lower legs, feet, soles of your feet, tips of your toes, and relax your body. Take a slow, long in breath through your nostrils and hold your breath for a moment. And gently release the air while feeling the relaxation of your whole body. Again, take another slow, long in breath through your nostrils. Hold your breath for a moment. And gently release the air while feeling the relaxation of your entire body. Relax your body. Come to the normal breath. Now you have a relaxed body. Let your body to be there. While your relaxed body is there, observe your mind. In your mind, what is happening right now? What kind of memories are there in your mind? There may be pleasant thoughts, unpleasant thoughts, neutral thoughts, whatever thoughts there are, just observe. Let those thoughts go as they come. You are just observing. Did you notice how your mind was wandering? How thoughts were popping up one after the other? That is the nature of our mind. Thoughts are occurring continuously. Now, we are going to invite wholesome thoughts to our minds instead of these random thoughts. Our mind has a capability to generate thoughts, to create thoughts. We can use that capability to generate loving kindness thoughts. Loving kindness. What a beautiful thought it is. Loving kindness is the goodwill for other beings. Loving kindness is the immeasurable love to the whole world, to the whole universe. To understand the nature of loving kindness, you can visualize a beautiful flower is in front of you. Or you can visualize your cute puppy or your pet. How do you feel when a beautiful flower is in front of you? When your pet is in front of you, looking at you with a friendly mood? That is the feeling of loving kindness. With that feeling, like a blooming flower, let us generate loving kindness thoughts by mentally repeating these loving kindness phrases. Make a genuine wish to your mind. May my mind be well. May my mind be happy. May my mind be free from stress. May my mind be peaceful. Be peaceful. With this peaceful mind, let us generate loving kindness thoughts to your body. Your body needs your loving care. Your loving kindness thoughts can heal your body. In our body, so many organs are functioning to sustain this valuable human life. Appreciate in each and every part of the body. Radiate loving kindness thoughts towards this body. Feel your skin. The largest organ of the body is the skin. Appreciating the support of the skin of this body, generate loving kindness thoughts toward this body. May the skin of this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Penetrate in the body. Extend your loving kindness thoughts from external side to internal side of the body. May the muscles of this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. May the bonds of this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. May the central nervous system of this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. May the peripheral nerve system of this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. May this whole body, including brain, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, digestive system, be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Now, let us expand the loving kindness thoughts that you generated yourself for other beings. All beings in this world like to have happy life. Everyone likes to be loved, likes to be respected, to be protected. Thinking of all the human beings, including animals, we will spread loving kindness thoughts from this shrine room to far away places like a circle of waves. Think about these friends who are meditating with you right now in this shrine room in front of the Buddha. And make a genuine wish for their well being. May these friends who are meditating with me right now be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Expand your loving kindness thoughts beyond the circle of these friends to your beloved family members. Think about your beloved family members and include them to your loving kindness meditation. May my beloved family members Be well. Be happy. Be safe. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Think about the people who are facing difficulties due to health issues, lack of food, natural disasters, man-made disasters. Thinking of those difficulties, make a genuine wish for their well-being. Expand your loving kindness thoughts beyond the circle of your beloved family members to your neighborhood. May all the people who are living in neighborhood be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Extend your loving kindness thoughts beyond the circle of your neighborhood to your neighboring cities, to your neighboring countries. May all the people who are living in neighboring countries be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Your mind is powerful to expand loving kindness thoughts to far away places. Extend your loving kindness thoughts to each and every direction and include all the beings such as visible and invisible, tiny and large, born and unborn. Include all the beings to your loving kindness meditation. Expand your loving kindness thoughts to the whole universe. May all beings in the direction of your front, back, left, right, below, above, be well, Be happy. Be safe. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Extend your loving kindness thoughts again and again to each and every direction in your mind, aiming the whole universe, and rejoice the feeling of loving kindness. After expanding loving kindness thoughts to the whole universe, you have a peaceful mind. With this peaceful mind, gently switch your attention to observe your normal breath, and also before we start breathing meditation, make sure is your upper body upright, is your chin somewhat parallel to the floor. After making sure your meditative posture, keep your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils and mindfully watch your breath, how you are breathing in, how you are breathing out. Try to be with your normal breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out, and try to be with your normal breath, nowhere else. In these last few minutes, make your full effort to be with your normal breath. There may be other thoughts, notice them, bring your attention to the breath again and again, and try to be with your normal breath, nowhere else. Dukkhapatthaca Nidukkha Bhayapatthaca Nibbaya Sokapathaca Nisoka Hontu sabbepi panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and put your palms together and place them against your chest. And take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have a peaceful meditation in our life. Feel grateful to all the enlightened masters who transmitted this teaching from generation to generation. Feel grateful to anyone else who supported you to practice this meditation. The people who are taking care of this Pittsburgh Buddhist Center and our spiritual friends who clean and arrange this meditation room for you to practice meditation comfortably. Even to these non-living things, we will appreciate this cushion that you are sitting on, this belt, this device which connected to you from your home to practice meditation. Appreciating the support that we received from everyone and everything with deep gratitude. Let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening, Bante.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear, Bante. Yes.
Thank you, Bante, for that guidance. And I appreciate everyone's participation today. So as you can see, I'm joining you from Cleveland Buddhist Temple. So I would like to, maybe give some chance for people to, if anyone has some reflections, sharing of your practice tonight. So we can have a few minutes of sharing. Or any questions on your practice.
Come here.
I have a question about, okay, when we do the silent meditation, okay, like normally I have conversations going on in my head, just it's just the way it is. And they seem to come from like out, like I hear them from outside in. But when we do this silent meditation, sometimes I hear my voice from inside. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, it's kind of
So,
like,
Bante, can you hear, right, what she's telling?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear.
Yes.
okay. And so is that something that we want to have happen? That voice, that it's louder than the voice that is every day. It's like more inside. Is that what we want to
So-
accomplish?
Do you mean, the voice coming inside is also, what kind of voice is that? It's the same kind of, chatter that's coming from outside, or just,
No, and it's louder inside.
yeah, I'm asking the
feel like it's in here.
content of that voice,
Yes.
content of that chatter,
Say again.
Content.
content. I mean, so
Well,
the
it's like
normal,
I
the-
can
the
I
chatter
can
comes
hear my
from-
normally I can't hear my breath breathing. I can't hear the breathing of, like right now, or like for the most part when we do the silent meditation. But when I hear from the inside, I can hear my voice. I'm not my voice, my breath. It's louder,
Yeah,
but I'm not breathing harder or louder out loud. It's more like an inner hearing.
that is great. That's a very different hearing, very different sound than the chatter, the voice that the automatically come to us, in our ordinary day-to-day life. In fact, if you are listening to the breath, if you are listening to the bodily function inside, that means you are not really listening to the chatter or the voice. You are simply listening to the experience. So if we
Yes.
can make it louder, definitely that will help you to stay with that meditation. So then it's a two different things, right? So in our normal day-to-day life, the voice, the chatter we hear are simply thoughts. They are like, different kinds of, thoughts and repetitive, thoughts, and they are verbal. But the kind of, the sound that you are talking about, the breath, is not verbal, and it's not conceptual. It's simply experiential. So the whole two different.
It's more like
qualities.
now, like the voice is more like now as opposed to the other thinking is more about like yesterday or I got to do this tomorrow or later or, but the other is more like
I think,
now.
can we say, you use the term voice that you are hearing now. Is it a voice or is it a sound?
I'm not sure. It could be a sound that I interpret.
Yes, that is why I want us to understand the difference. The origin, day-to-day chatter, we can call them voice, or repetitive thoughts and concepts and verbal, like a verbal, chatter. That is what we experience most of the time in our normal life. But the kind of sound, we cannot call it voice, because you are listening to a sound, which is immediate experience. And if we can make it louder, definitely that's a development of meditation. But we want to clearly distinguish, they are not the same.
Do we want to be in that place more than we are in the blah, blah, blah chatter?
Definitely in meditation, that our goal is to be in this inner sounds, inner experience, immediate experience. In our normal day-to-day life, if we can stay more in that place, that will be healthier. But you cannot live like that in your normal life. We really have to deal with the voice, deal with the actual voice come from outside, and actual thoughts and planning that happen in the mind. So in normal day-to-day life, we had to deal with those things. So in meditation, definitely we would like to be in that immediate experience. In our normal day-to-day life, we try to be in that immediate experience as much as we can, whenever we get breaks, whenever we have to wait for something. But you cannot live like that.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So how do you cause it? Like, to me, it just happens like randomly
You mean the voice?
when I'm meditating. Yeah. When I'm in, it's like I don't know how to make it happen on purpose.
You mean the
During
sound
the
becoming
meditation.
louder, the inside sound becoming louder?
Yes. Or
That's
cause it to happen in the first place.
Don't try.
Okay. Trying's trying and doing is doing, right? Okay.
It's actually the how powerful or how prominent is the immediate experience is based on the quality of our attention. Quality of our attention. So if you manage to like pay very high level of attention to our immediate experience, then the experience will be prominent. As you mentioned, if it's a sound, that will be prominent sound. If it is other sensation, it will be prominent sensation. So it's based on the quality of the attention.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, I would like to hear about our practice of this 10 paramita, 10 perfections. So during these 3 months, our goal is to learn these 10 paramitas, 10 virtues that help us to evolve ourselves, that help us to cross from suffering towards enlightenment. And those are the 10 virtues that the Buddha himself cultivated to the perfection during his journey to become the Buddha. So we are learning those 10 qualities, and I just would like to hear from you, and how was your practice of chanting or reciting those 10 qualities every morning? And then particularly, how about the challenge that we had last week? It was about the speech. Anybody was able to catch their speech and manage to like bite their tongue and
Okay. So I had many opportunities to practice. And I would give myself a B plus. Most of the times I remembered not to say something negative about someone. And it was interesting because my extended family loves to talk about each other behind each other's back. And we have a big family event coming up. And I just managed to say, I think they're doing their best. And one of my sister-in-laws said something about like, your Buddhist stuff is bugging me. Which I took as a compliment that I did a good job. But yes, it was challenging.
Thank you for the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you for your sharing. Really appreciate. Definitely those are the very common challenges we all experience in our day-to-day life, dealing with our co-workers, family members, and sometimes they bring a topic they really want us to be part of that conversation. Sometimes we find it's not useful, not pleasant, not wholesome, but they expect us to be part of that conversation. Not only that, they want us to be they want us to be there, want us to be on their side. Right? So I think that's why I think your sister-in-law find it really disturbing, because you are not really joining the conversation. But I think those that is where we can really practice our mindfulness, and then watch our thoughts. Watch before we verbalize. Watch our thoughts and manage our speech. By doing that, actually, we are making a good impact on others too. Although your sister-in-law was disturbed or bugged, with your different way of handling, different way of talking, but that could have made a positive impact on her. Let her reflect her own pattern of speech later. But anyway, so these are the good opportunities. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad that we try to meet that challenge. So today we will move to the third quality. So I'm going to share my screen. Bhante, would you give me the permission to share the screen? Okay. Thank you. So these are the 10 qualities that we are studying during this 3 months period. So generosity, we discussed it and practiced it, and ethical behavior is what we studied last week, and we had the challenge to practice this week. So today we will discuss the third quality, what we call renunciation. And of course, next week we will discuss wisdom, effort, patience, truthfulness, resolve, and loving kindness, and then equanimity. So today is renunciation. In Pali, we call it nekkhamma. It is the third of the 10 paramitas. So the term renunciation may sound a little ascetic, a little, running away, but actually it is a practice of, intentional letting go of things in order to, make our life simple. So it's related to like letting go or reducing. So it's, importantly, it's not really deprivation of our basic needs or suppression of our desires. So when we hear this term renunciation, we have this idea of suppressing our desires, suppressing our needs. But the Buddhist practice is not really suppressing, actually fulfilling the basic needs and even like noticing the desires. But it's making a conscious decision or making a conscious choice to reduce unnecessary burdens in life, unnecessary like clutters in life. So it's just it's a conscious choice. It's a smart choice we make in order to make our life simple or kind of declutter. So it is about finding the joy in simplicity. Usually we tend to think that more stuff we have, the happier we are. That is the kind of philosophy or thought behind capitalism and the new economy. The more stuff we have, happier we are. But I think most of you have enough life experiences to understand that that is not exactly the case. Just because we have more stuff doesn't mean we are happier. The more stuff can make our life more burdensome. So there is a joy in simplicity. So the renunciation is this ability to make our life simple with not too much of wants. So it's also the renouncing the complete reliance on sensual pleasures for happiness. So the sensual pleasures that we get through our senses is one form of happiness. We are able to have a pleasant thing to see, pleasant thing to listen to, when we have pleasant thing to eat. These are one form of happiness. Having a sensual enjoyment is one form of happiness. But if we completely rely on the sensual pleasures for our happiness, and if you only know only the sensual pleasures as a form of happiness, then our life will be limited, and definitely sensual pleasures will our sensual pleasures are not reliable sources of happiness, because those ultimately those sensual pleasures, the impact that sensual pleasures can make on us decay gradually, and they are also not permanent. Therefore, the renunciation, what we mean by this practice is we engage in sensual pleasures, but knowing their limitations, and not completely relying on the sensual pleasures for life's happiness. And it's about discovering non-sensual levels of happiness. What we experience, deep peace and joy in meditation, or kind of joy that we experience when we are able to be generous, and so those moments of generosity also bring us happiness. So finding non-sensual forms of happiness, and then gradually renouncing the complete reliance on sensual pleasures. So that's what we mean by nekkhamma or renunciation. So this is one quality that we can practice as a way of evolving, developing ourselves. So there are, you know, different levels. So this involves in letting go of our urges to possess, and also our need to be right. Some cases, you know, I mean, in our conversation, arguments, you know, debates. So we have a need to be right, or our reliance on comfort, for happiness, so our reliance on sensual pleasures for happiness. So letting go of those things. So there are a few steps in this, you know, in this act of renunciation. One is, you know, distinguishing needs and wants. I mean, so in our normal life, these can be very mixed, but with strong mindfulness, we can actually distinguish our actual needs and our wants. When you feel like buying something, and we can ask the question, do I really need it? Will I really use it? You know, you can ask that question. And maybe you feel like, you know, eating. You feel like going to refrigerator and opening the door and having an ice cream, which is okay, definitely. But we can ask this question, do I really need this now? You know, do I really feel thirsty, or is it you know, like a wants or something else? There's no harm, you know, of having an ice cream, but it's important to like distinguish these needs and wants, and then and recognize what is excess, and maybe try our best to let go of the wants and then fulfill the needs. And we may not be able to successful all the time, but this is the practice that we can continue to train ourselves. And then, you know, the reason is that whenever we manage, like, you know, recognize and let go of the maybe unnecessary wants, our life becomes so simple, and we begin to experience different kind of joy, and it becomes less of a burden to ourselves and to many others. So second step in renunciation is reducing our level of consumption. Reducing our level of consumption and level of possession. That will be another thing, you know, thinking about that. And I mean, of course, you don't have to worry about, like, you know, things that you already possess, but just, you know, contemplating about how to make my life a little bit lighter or declutter. So yes, about decluttering. The third one is actually letting go of what does not serve our higher goals in life. Letting go of what does not serve our higher goals in life. So as a human being, we have our goal in our life is not only to gratify our senses, not only to, you know, possess things. We have a higher goals in life, and be a kinder person, be a wiser person, be a person who can do great service to others. So, and of course, in the spiritual life, we have a higher goal of, you know, reducing our greed, reducing the level of our anger, you know, overcoming our delusions. So we have a spiritual goal, you know, to evolve ourselves towards the enlightenment. So letting go of the things that does not serve those, you know, higher goals in life is part of the renunciation. So we can think about, you know, what are the things that will disturb our spiritual path. So I can, so our mind has certain, you know, tendency that although, you know, we look for sensual pleasures, but our mind somehow does not fully satisfied with sensual pleasures whenever we have them. When you don't have it, our mind look for it, seek for it, and push for us to have it. But once we have it, it does not, you know, have that full fulfillment. So we keep trying in vain to possess many things, or to, you know, have many pleasures, to be happy, but find ourselves ultimately not really satisfied, no matter how many things we possess, no matter how many times we enjoy sensual pleasures. Ultimately, we are back to where we are, you know, with, you know, at the level of complete, like at the level of dissatisfaction. and then we only experience lack of satisfaction or fear of losing our possessions. So this constant, this kind of trick, the mind is actually playing a trick here, actually, and always, like pushing us, always seeking the pleasure, but once the pleasure is there, not really enjoying it fully, and then looking for something else. So there's a kind of, tendency. So renunciation is kind of, antidote to this. So we have this, in psychology, we talk about this hedonic treadmill or hedonic treadmill. So we can have a desire, or maybe, a desire or craving for something. So we strive to achieve that, what we crave for. And with a lot of struggles, and we achieve it, we obtain it, and then we enjoy it. And then after we enjoy it for a while, there's a process called adaptation. But what we really mean by here is actually the quality, the level of joy we got initially getting depreciated. The value we first gave to that thing is diminishing, or the joy that we initially had is diminishing, and then we feel like we want more, and we go for we again go for maybe more stuff or another similar thing, and it's try. So no matter how many times we with effort we obtain and we enjoy for a moment, and very quickly that joy diminishes, and that value that first gave to that thing diminishes, and then we feel we want something else, or we want more of it. And this is the kind of hedonic treadmill that we all experience. And then this is exactly the treadmill that later push people to go into substance abuses also, because they find that the initial joy that you got from simple pleasure, simple consumption is not giving them the same joy. This adapt is the real part that that diminishes the original joy, diminishes the value, the quality of the joy, and then we are again back to where we are. So we are in the treadmill, is that we are running, but actually we are in the same place. So this is what is happening in our life. So therefore, what Buddha is suggesting us actually is to understand this uncertain nature, and so maybe use our wisdom, use our mindfulness to notice this unending craving, and then instead of being a victim to that, or being a slave to that craving, and use our wisdom to find different kinds of joy, and not too much relying on the stuffs, not too much relying on sensual pleasure, but find other ways to find satisfaction. Maybe relationships, good connections, and spiritual practices, and then try to declutter ourselves. So it's like a minimalist lifestyle. But at the same time, we need to remember that renunciation should be practiced with wisdom. So because the unwise person may reject all the sensual pleasures, all the possessions, and all the relationships, and try to exist in total isolation. So that is not what what the Buddha called nekkhamma. It's not total isolation. Not being afraid. It's not being afraid of sensual pleasures or possessions or relationships. It's simply knowing how to relate to them. And so if you are simply rejecting everything, we'll be in a state of paranoia and fear of the world. But the wise way of practicing renunciation is engage in the world with wisdom, partakes of sensual pleasures and necessary possessions and relationships without craving, attachment, grasping, holding on to them, or identifying with those items. Try to create the identity with that, and knowing the limitations, and not too much relying on them, and just simply use them as tools, temporary tools. So it's balancing with wisdom is important. So there's interesting verse in the Dhammapada, which is an important Buddhist text. This verse says that if by renouncing a lesser happiness, one may So if by renouncing a lesser happiness, one may realize as a greater happiness, let the wise man renounce the lesser, having regard for the greater happiness. So maybe in our life, we may sometimes have to renounce or let go of a lesser happiness in order to have a greater happiness. And sometime maybe if you like to enjoy good health, maybe you have to let go of a lesser happiness of having too much sweets thing in your life. I don't know, maybe you are, for you to come to meditation today, you may have to I don't know, you may have to let go of an invitation to go for a dinner. I don't know. You may have received an invitation to go for a movie, and then maybe you renounce it, you let go of it, and you came for the meditation. So sometimes we have to renounce lesser happiness in order to have a greater happiness. So that's common in life. So being ready to do that is this practice. And Ajahn Chah is a well-known meditation teacher in Thailand who had a great big impact on so many meditation practitioners in the modern day. So he has an interesting quote: if you let go a little, you will have a little peace. If you let go a lot, you will have a lot of peace. If you let go completely, you will have complete peace. But of course, at our level, what we mean by renunciation is not this level of complete letting go, but reducing or decluttering. So there are 3 levels of renunciation. One is external renunciation that I have been talking about so far. External renunciation, reducing the level of consumption and possession. Maybe this is the level that we are going to focus. But I would like to introduce you the other levels also. The internal renunciation, that letting go of the attachments and identification with external objects, and also letting go of attachment to views, letting go of attachment to certain standpoints, certain beliefs. So letting go of a strong holding into those views and concepts, and also the identification with external objects. And then the highest one is like a liberating renunciation, letting go of the attachment to the idea of self, the very idea of I and of ego. That is the highest form of renunciation. But I think for our practice, we can focus more on the practical level, how we can reduce our reliance on sensual pleasures for our happiness, how we can reduce our reliance on stuff or possessions to feel worthy or feel happy, feel important, or how we can find a higher non-sensual forms of happiness, and then practice renunciation to make our life lighter, make our life simple, and then we have more time and more room, more freedom to help others, serve others, and enjoy the life through renunciation. So that's the practice that we want to focus today. Any questions?
We have 5 minutes, Bhante, to conclude all the session.
Okay, Bhante. Yeah, maybe took the time today. So maybe, Bhante, we can move to the next part. Maybe at the end, I will show them the challenge.
Okay, Bhante. Yes. So please let us turn to page number 14. Transference of merits, the merits that we acquired with our departed relatives, and however departed relatives who have done
many things for the progress of our life, for the well-being of our life. Just think about them and share the merits with them. May our relatives share our goodness. May they also be happy and rejoice our goodness. Idam me ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinang hotu Sukita hontu ñātayo. Transfers of merits to all the sentient beings. All the beings who ever accept and able to share our merits, may they do so. Ettavata ca amhehi sambadang punya sampadang Sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattha anumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have clearly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata great wisdom and determine to be heedful. This is the time for our blessing service. We are going to chant the discourse of loving kindness. We will chant this sutra uttered by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We wish that may you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. With these blessings, may you all be well, happy, and receive good health and healing. And also, especially today, we would like to bless to our Jyoti and Keith. We wish you good health and all the success in this on this your birthday. And also, you may recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with your family members, relatives, friends, people who are sick, and recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yanta තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමෙච්ච සක්කෝ උජුච සුජුච සුවාචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනතිමානි සන්තොස්ස කෝච සුබරෝච ආපකේ චෝච සල්ලෝක බුද්ධි සන්තින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අපගම්මෝ කුලේසු අනනුගිද්දෝ නචකොන්දං සමාචරේ කිංචියේන විඤ්ඤු පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හොන්තු සම්මේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා යේකේචිපාන භූතන්ති තසාවාතාවරාවා අනවසේසා දීඝාවායේ මහන්තාවා මච්චිමාරස්සකානුකතුලා දිට්ඨාවායේව අද්දිට්ඨා ඒච දූරේ වසන්ති අවිදූරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේසීවා සම්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා නපරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කාන්ත චිනං කංචේ යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥා නාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතායතා නියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරංකේ එවම්පි සම්බ භූතේසු මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං මිත්තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්දං අදෝච තිරියංච අසම්බාධං අවේරං අසපත්තං තිට්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ වායාව තස්ස විගත මිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිත්තේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දින්ටිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දසනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනේය ගේදං නහි ජාතු ගම්බසෙයං පුනරේතිති ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන සොත්ති දේහෝතු සම්බදා ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන සම්බරෝගෝ විනාශතු ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සම්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බරෝගෝ විනාශතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සබ්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ Bhavatu Sambha Mangalang Rakhantu Sambha Devata Sambha Sanghanubhavena Sada Soti Bhavantu Te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Reflect your own good deeds, kind deeds done today, yesterday, day before yesterday, whenever you have done whatever kind deeds in which you helped someone during last few days, few seconds. Let us rejoice those kind deeds. Please repeat after me. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Now, recall to your mind a kind deed done by someone else, whether to you or others. If somebody gave you something, if somebody was there to listen to you, if somebody showed some kindness, compassion towards you, even a simple short moment, recall those moments. Let us rejoice. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, let me quickly, show you the challenge that I would like to give you for this week. Okay, as a way of practicing renunciation for this week, let's see whether you can do this. Choose one or two items or two belongings that you no longer genuinely need or use. and try to donate them and declutter your home. Okay.
So, we have enough stuff Bhante at the center.
Okay, so you are saying that don't donate to the temple, right? So try to do this. If you don't have much of the belongings already, maybe you can do the next one. And try to spend an hour every day without any stimulations, without your phone, music, television, social media, or any other entertainment. And try to spend an hour every day. So during this coming week, try to like spend like an hour, like a screen-free hour or technology-free hour or stimulation-free hour. Although those will be the challenge. Maybe I will email you. Okay, so that's the challenge for the next week. Hopefully, you can declutter something or try to renounce. Yeah. Experience, enjoy. So here in the wish, every morning we say that, may I let go of greed, anger, and unhealthy attachments. May I find true happiness in simplicity and content. So read that wish strongly on this week. Okay, with that, thank you. I really Bhante Kamalasri and Bhante Vijayananda. I really appreciate your commitment, your dedication to conduct the meditation. All our Dhamma friends really appreciate your presence here. And especially I want to wish blessings to Jyoti, wishing him very, very happy birthday and healthy birthday. And may this birthday bring you a great year ahead. And also our Keith, our beloved, Dhamma friends. And then wish you very happy and healthy birthday. And may this birthday bring you a lot of joy and peace. So sorry, I'm going to miss the cake, but I hope that you will sing and enjoy. Good night to all.
Thank you, Bhante.